How many of you all there outside in the audience, or here too, have children? It's, okay. Was that half-hearted? You're not sure about that, or what? Undecided. Undecided, okay. I mean, I didn't ask if you like them. Right? I just asked you. Okay. How many of you all love your children? Come on. Undecided. Okay. Clearly, the future that we all hope them to live into is not the one that we have today. They're not going to live into our present. It isn't going to work out. We got a math problem that all the engineers here can explain to you 1,000 ways from Sunday. The biggest challenge we have in the world is not engineering. Whether you heard this morning about insulation, pumps, controls, there are lots of great solutions, and these gentlemen will talk about all sorts of other ones. The biggest problem we have is in our personal commitment, our change in our personal behavior. And until that happens, nothing else will happen. The rest of it's will drag. This is an iPad, okay? In 2 years, 300 million people will have one of these, according to. But 12 months ago, when they were first released, all the pundits said, "Oh, nobody needs this. It's we've got laptop computers." I'm not teasing, just old, new, bad, good. But okay. But the fact is, you don't legislate change. These didn't get sold because government said you must have this. They got sold because people caught the passion. It worked for them. It filled the need. And we must create that same passion in individuals if we're really going to transform our relationship with energy. And anything short of that is not going to be pretty. It will not end well. The math doesn't work out for us. So the way we're going to transform is with personal commitment, personal change, personal passion. When you touch, move, and inspire, when you're committed to this point where you really see this as it's up to you to touch, move, and inspire others, that's when revolutions happen, really. Now, the League of Green Embassies is a way we hope that we can bring the power of diplomacy, all of these diplomats, all the nations represented in all the countries around the world and all of these missions to really move us from this sort of let's have another meeting to let's act. Maybe we'll fail. Maybe the stuff that we're doing in any particular installation works, and maybe it doesn't. There's a lot of measurement issues. But you know what? Again, if we don't do something, I can tell you how it ends. And it's only by taking, getting the bat and being prepared to either hit a homer or strike out, am I ever going to transform the world. And I don't do it for myself. I'm perilously close to 60. But I do it for my children. Because the one thing that I am certain about is when my time comes, as it comes for all of us, because ain't none of us getting out of here alive. When I'm laying in a hospital bed looking not so chipper, the one thing I don't want my daughters to do is to look at me and say, "You knew and you didn't try." Now, I don't have to succeed. I can't promise that, but I can promise that I can try. I can promise that I'm committed every day. And when you are, look, you guys you're committed to this. I get that. You get it. Whether you're in politics or engineering and building, you're committed. But you need to take this passion you have and turn it into something beyond yourself. You have the ability to change the world. The League of Green Embassies is an opportunity for me to get people who are skilled in diplomacy, skilled in the art of conversation, to actually touch, move, and inspire through their actions. It is who you are being. Sometimes in the world we have a tendency to get it backwards. We often tell ourselves, if we just do this thing, then I can have that thing, and then I can be this thing, right? Do, have, be. Wrong. When you be first, it is who you are being, and who each of us is being. When we get that, the haves and the do's, and I can have this, I can do it, all of that falls in front of you. All of that falls in front of you. And I know this is supposed to be talking about green, but I don't have to talk about green to you all. That's preaching to the choir. We need to talk about taking this awesome commitment you have, your skill sets and your dedication to these issues, and turning it into a passion that starts the fire. Because if you wait for government, and I am the government right now, right? Only until my expiration date comes and they throw me back into the private sector. Some people in government can't wait for that to happen. But the fact is, you know, if you wait for government to take that first step, you will be sorely disappointed. It never happens that way. And I don't care whether it was Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, or the street merchants who died and started basically the revolution that's going on right now across the Middle East. It doesn't start with governments, it starts with people. And I'll close, because I'm not running a minute. I will close with saying again, I have to turn once again to Abe Lincoln, who I always find to be I can find an answer in Abe Lincoln to anything I want to say. Government of the people and by the people. For the people, of the people, by the people. It's not the other way around. It is the people who have the power. It is you all and your commitment that can transform the entire planet. It's not invention at this point. It's your intention. It's your passion. It's your inspiration. And that's the League of Green Embassies, is to get a chance to anybody who wants to be in that conversation, to give them the platform through diplomacy to do that. That's the League of Green Embassies.